Welcome to Aspen Water Solutions, located in northern New Jersey. Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Steve. I'm with Aspen Water Solutions. I'm here in North Jersey. So today we're going to talk about hardness in the water. A lot of customers call me up and ask me to come over to their house and explain what hardness is in their water. One of the first things we do is that we'll go to the kitchen sink and take the aerator off and look inside of that. And usually on the inside you'll see some white stuff on the inside, and if you take it out and you put it between your fingers, it'll feel very gritty, and that is the hardness in your water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up our first test today, and understand that this is only for visual effects. No other reason do we do this. We're not trying to scare anybody or tell anybody they're going to get sick from it, but we just want to understand from a visual standpoint what hardness is. So what I've done is I've taken standard tap water and conditioned water or soft water and put one in one in the other. What we're going to do is we're going to add 15 drops of this to each of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we're going to put the cap back on there. We're going to do 13 drops of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Excuse me, I'm going to do 15 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What we'll do is we're going to cap them each. So we've done 15 of each instead of 15 and 13. Really doesn't matter as long as it's equal. We're going to turn them over and we're going to leave them here. We're going to let them sit for a while, and we'll then come back to it and we'll see what happens. And again, it's just for visual effects only, so you can understand and see actually the hardness in it. The other day I was watching a video on YouTube, and great video. The guy was replacing hot water tanks. And what he did was he was collected I think there was 6 or 8 tanks that he collected, he'd taken out of houses and replaced with new tanks. And the first one was a standard 50-gallon water tank that probably most of us have in our houses. And he cut each of the tanks open down the side so you could see inside the tank. And the first one was the 50-gallon tank, and the whole inside was covered with a white, powdery, flaky stuff, which is the calcium, magnesium deposits in the water. And he was able to stick his hand inside the tank and just scoop out a load of that buildup. There was so much. I think there was 6 or 8 inches at the bottom of the tank, and that's where the tank eroded and eventually started to leak and end up on the floor in the house. So they ordered a new water tank. So that buildup that builds up in the tank year after year after year after year, that's why you usually get rotting at the bottom, and that's why you usually have to end up getting rid of the tank. It also affects the efficiency of the hot water tank because the heating elements on the inside get corroded with that and just built up on top of it. And it takes a lot more energy to heat the hot water. Obviously your water bill goes up. So what we want to do is when we want to go into a home, we want to establish how hard water is. And on the scale it goes from 1 to 10.5. Usually, I shouldn't say usually, but a lot of bottled water is between 1 and 3, we find. There are a lot of bottles out there of water that are a lot higher. But normally you find them about 1 to 3. And 1 to 3 is a moderately or slightly hard water. Then it goes from 4 to 7, which is considerably more hard. And then 7 to 9, which is considered hard water. And then 9 to 10.5 and above is considered extremely hard water. And here in North Jersey, most of us out there have 10.5 and above. There are plenty of communities out there I go into 20 grains of hardness or 25 or even 30 and higher. but the average is probably around 16 to 20 in New Jersey, which is extremely hard water. So, so we want to establish how hard that is. So here we have soft water and we have regular tap water, and we want to find out how hard it is. So if the water stays blue, we know the water is soft, and it turns pink or red, we know it's hard, and then we want to find out how hard that water is. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the first one, I don't know which one this is, and I'm going to put in 5 drops. So we're going to go first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to swish it around, and it stayed a nice blue. You can see that blue color, so we know that that is the soft water. We're going to take this other one here, and we're going to add 5 drops just like that one. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we've established that this is actually hard water. It turned pink or red. And what we want to do is we want to find out how hard that is. So we're going to add this other chemical, and we're going to find out how hard it is. So each drop is equal to 1 grain of hardness in your water. So back to what we were saying, scale between 1 and 10.5. So the first one, let's move this around. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is probably about right. So it's 5 grains of hardness in this water. So it's hard water. It's not that hard, but it is hard water. And what we want to do is always want to establish that, how hard it is, so then we can recommend the right system, whether you need a system softener or not, but we always want to recommend the right piece of equipment for you. So that's always the first thing we want to do, is we want to establish how hard it is. Now this test here is probably one of my favorite tests, because most customers love this test. After doing a demonstration in a house and going and doing all the testing, we always ask customers, which test did you like the best? And this test seems to get the most reaction. Everybody loves this test. So I get excited. You probably could hear from my voice I get excited with this test, because it's very interesting, the results, and so we'll do them. So what I'm going to do is I've put in equal amounts of water, and we're going to put it in 4 drops of pure soap into each of them, and we're going to see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to cap them up. We're going to give it a good shake equally. And let's see what we have here. Ah, look at that. Obviously, this is the soft water, and obviously this is the hard water. So, we've added 4 drops, and you can look at it this way. The 4 bottles of Tide, or to 4 bottles of Tide. And so we're going to add another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a total of 10 drops, or 10 bottles of Tide. Give it a good shake. And there we have some soap. Now, not as much as the soft water, but we definitely have some soap there. And you can see the suds. But look at the water. And to be fair, what I'll do is shake this up fresh also, so you can see. And you can see, give it a second or two, that the soft water actually is going to clear up, and the hard water is actually going to stay pretty mucky in there. So when you're taking a bath, let's say you're bathing the children, this is what you're bathing them in, okay, versus this. When you're washing vegetables, you're washing it in clean, clear water versus hard water, which coats everything. When you're doing your laundry, you're taking showers. But you can see that the cost factor, that this is 4 bottles of Tide versus 10, and to get that, lather, you have to add so much more soap. So when you're doing your laundry, you have to add a lot more soap, so there's savings there also. So when we talk about hardness, what other things does it affect? Well, it affects all the plumbing in the house. Your dishwasher, your washing machine, all your plumbing, your hot water tank, which we talked about, okay? the faucet, you see all that white stuff, the shower doors. I hear that all the time. My shower doors have white on it. Why does it have white on it? How do I get rid of it? And I always tell them because of the hardness, that's what you have. So actually, we go into a house, I'll spray the window with just a bottle, spray bottle of my water, and I use this little conditioner here in the house, so so a homeowner gets sees the difference. And I'll spray it and I'll wipe it clean, and there'll be no streaks. And the wife in the house will say, I don't understand. I do that and I got streaks. Why? And I'll say, well, go ahead, do it. So she'll take out her Windex, spray it, and there'll be streaks. I'll say, look at mine, look at yours. And at the end of the day, she doesn't even have to use Windex. You don't have to use the chemicals in your house anymore to clean. Because actually, water is the universal solvent. And it's going to clean. And trust me, it will. So here we are. And the lather on mine is still really great. The water is nice and clear. You can see how clear it is versus this milky water. I'm sure you wouldn't want to bathe your children in that versus that. So that there is the difference. And then when we're coming back to this, you're starting to see the difference. This is my water, and this is the hard water. And in another 10 minutes, if I was going to stay on this video for a lot longer, eventually you'd start to see it all settle at the bottom, and you'd have a small, maybe a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch of that gritty calcium and magnesium buildup. And then you can visually see it, but you can still see the difference in the water. And by the way, just remember that you can subscribe to my channel. We love comments, we love questions. So the more comments and questions that you can give us, that would be great. We'd love to communicate with everybody and help as many people as we possibly can. You can see here, I'm sure if you can zoom in there, you'll see what the pipes look like. They're all built up on inside with the hardness in there. So whether you're looking for water purification, you're looking for a water softener, a water treatment system, a water filter, an RO system, you can give us a call at 800-725-1982, or you can visit us on the web at aspenwatersolutions.com. We're in North Jersey. We're the Brita Pro dealer. So if you're looking for a Brita system, I'm sure most of you have heard of Brita. Probably most of you have a Brita pitcher in your refrigerator, so you're probably my customer already. So give us a call. We'd love to come out and give a free water test. Test your water, show you what's going on with your water, make recommendations what we think would be best for a healthier life. Again, it's Steve at Aspen Water Solutions. Thank you today for visiting our channel. Again, subscribe, leave comments. We love to hear from you guys. Have a great day. Till next time.